Hello parents! Hopefully most of you have seen my introduction video or seen me at pickup or drop-off. I'm Laura Kennedy, director of the lower school. It's been a great start to a most unusual school year. Kids on campus have been outstanding at following the rules regarding masks and social distancing and washing their hands. And our remote learners at home have been amazing at getting on Zoom at the right time and participating actively in the classroom. I'd like to acknowledge the incredibly hard work of the lower school teachers. Teaching with both on-campus and remote learners takes a huge amount of preparation and time. Most teachers have told me it adds at least a couple of hours to their school day. So thank you teachers, for everything you're doing. And thank you parents for being patient with us as we continue to work through a few issues. I wish you could all come on campus and see it in action. It's truly remarkable when you see a kindergarten art lesson or a 5th grade social studies lesson with everyone, including the 3 or 4 learners at home, fully engaged. Back to school night is coming up Thursday, September 3rd at 6 p.m. Please note the earlier start than beginning school. Teachers will be sending out Zoom links and hosting the evening from their classroom. It will be like a normal back to school night where the teachers will give a presentation about their curriculum, their classroom routines, and expectations. You'll have a chance to ask questions also. The sessions will be recorded, so if you have multiple children in lower school, you can request the recording from the teacher. It's my first year at the Meadows, and I'll be asking a lot of questions about not only what we teach, but how we do it. To continue to be a top independent school, we must continually evaluate and update all aspects of our program to make sure it aligns with current research and best practices about how students learn. So you may see some small or bigger changes to the way we do things here over the next couple of years, while continuing to maintain the Meadows' high standards of excellence. Some changes have already begun, such as hiring Dr. Kristen Withy as our academic learning specialist. She's already begun working with families and students who need some assistance, as well as doing short assessment with all of our younger students to get benchmarks of where our beginning of year reading levels are. Another change is to our Good Citizen program. Instead of being recognized at weekly assemblies, teachers at any time during the school week can recognize a student for positive behavior that goes above and beyond. The teacher acknowledges the behavior, the student visits my office to sign a special book, and then I'll mail a postcard home like this. Students can also be acknowledged more than once throughout the school year. I'll also be starting a 5th grade student council in order to give the 5th graders some leadership experience, as well as giving me a chance to hear and implement student ideas. Finally, I know we're limiting parent presence on campus, but I'm happy to speak to anyone on the phone or on a Zoom call if you have any suggestions, concerns, or questions. We hope you'll attend Thursday evening, Zoom back to school night at 6 p.m. And now I'd like to introduce you to our wonderful front office staff and our specialist teachers.
I'm Arabella Holman. I work in the front office right next to Mrs. Boyley. If she's busy, you can sometimes hear me on the phone answering your questions. I also supervise the kids during first and second lunch, and I'm also the aftercare person who watches them after school as well.
Hi, I'm Judy Hope. I am lower school registrar and assistant to Laura Kennedy. So anything that has to do with your children, you can contact me and I will help you out.
Hi, I'm Connie Boyley. I'm the lower school receptionist. I answer the phones and I will help you in through the doorway. I take care of your children if they're sick or hurt, and I can help you in any way that you need. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Christy Pishko. I work in the front office. You will also see me in car line, sometimes in the classroom. I'll be a little bit everywhere.
Welcome to Parent Night. I'm Dr. Kristen Withy, the new academic learning specialist here at the Meadows School. I'm working to build a new program modeled after the multi-tiered systems of support framework that will more strategically support the learning needs of the entire student body. I'm very much looking forward to working with staff and families to provide the best education at the Meadows School, targeted to meet the unique learning needs of all students. I love teaching, and I'm excited to be in this role because every day presents new challenges to be tackled and puzzles to be solved, with no undertaking too large to be conquered.
Hello, my name is Olivia Sirota, and I teach music to all lower school students, grades kindergarten through 5th grade. Each grade level has music with me twice a week for a 30-minute class. Students can look forward to playing percussion instruments of all kinds, exploring creative movement, singing practice and ear training, music games, dancing, and reading music notation. 4th and 5th grade students can also look forward to playing the soprano recorder and participating in our lower school choral ensemble, Meadows Singers. I love teaching music because I believe that every child deserves a quality musical education and an experience where they're put in a space for thinking and feeling at the same time. I love watching my students take that risk of art each time they come into the music room, and I love watching them grow as young musicians every day.
Hola, hello. My name is Irina Otley. I am the teacher for 1st, 3rd, and 5th grade. I am very excited to teach your students this year. I'm looking forward to teaching them about the Spanish culture and the language using the proficiency guidelines for speaking, reading, listening, and writing.
Hola, soy señorita Tally, una de las profesoras de español en la escuela Meadows. Hi, I'm Miss Tally, one of the Spanish teachers at the Meadows School. I teach kindergarten, 2nd, and 4th grade Spanish. This year, in kindergarten and 2nd grade, we will be using Seesaw. In 4th grade, we will be using Google Classroom. I'm super excited as I start my 10th year of teaching Spanish in the lower school. This year, we are going to be practicing various skills. We will be listening, reading, writing, and speaking in Spanish. And I hope to convey my love of speaking Spanish to my students and to encourage them to use Spanish as much as possible. Looking forward to a great year. Gracias. Adios.
Hello, I'm Susan Washburn, and I teach science here at the Meadows Lower School. I teach all grade levels, kindergarten through 5th grade. Kindergartners and 1st graders come see me 2 times a week, 30 minutes at a time. And 2nd through 5th graders come to see me once a week for an hour. I love teaching science. It's so much fun and can seem like magic at times. Children are born with a natural curiosity of the world around them, and I feel that it's my job to nurture that curiosity and help them search for answers around them. I want to foster excitement about science. Thank you for letting me be a part of your child's educational journey.
Good evening. I am Ms. Friedman, the beginning and lower school librarian and technology integrationist. I work with our youngest Mustangs here on the campus from beginning school all the way through 5th grade. Your child, who is a lower school student, will come to library twice a week with me, so kindergarten through 5th grade. And one time each week, we will have an actual library time slot where I read stories and books, novels with your child in their class. My goal is to instill a love of reading, a love of learning, a love of literature, and just make them enjoy the words and the pictures and all of the books that we read so that they become lifelong readers. The second time I see them each week is for technology. The skills that we learn in technology vary from kindergarten to 5th grade. Our kindergartners and 1st graders use iPads. They bring those devices with them to me, and we primarily focus on apps that have to do with coding, problem solving, all of the strategies to get their brains thinking in new ways. Some of these apps that your students may come home talking about are Codable and CodeSpark, which are 2 of my favorites. In 1st grade, we begin to do ST Math, so we have an integrated level of math that supplements that. When we have our students move into 2nd and 3rd grade, they switch to a Chromebook. This is when they really actively start to use that Google account that we provided for them, and we start to learn the features of everything in Google Drive. So our students will learn how to do a Google Doc and change the font, size, color, the style of the font, how to change the margins, how to add a picture, how to add hyperlinks, everything you would need to know. We also talk about Google Slides, which is definitely a favorite in the 2nd grade. And as we progress into 3rd grade, we continue with those same skills, building on the things before, fine-tuning how we use each of these tools instead of just discovering. And the coding apps still continue through this. We also have the addition of a typing website so that we can really hone in on those skills. And then when our students go into 4th and 5th grade, we transition them into a more traditional type laptop right now. That is because when they go into middle school, they will have to have their own device, and so we need them to start learning how to troubleshoot their own issues on a computer. This computer will have a way to sync their actual Google account with it. So all of their information is still stored and accessible, but it functions more like a traditional laptop with the normal upload, download features. These students will continue to follow with the coding strategies and apps that we've used. As we advance through the levels of all of those, they will continue to fine-tune everything that they've learned with Google Drive, and then we start doing a lot of integration of topics between library and technology. This means that our students may be doing a project that is a crossover between the two topics. We've studied something about art literature, and now we're creating a companion piece using technology. I am also your go-to for general questions. I've created logins and student accounts for many apps and websites for your child. Your classroom teachers have access to this information, and I hope you received over the weekend an email from me with some detailed screenshot instructions and a link to some video tutorials that'll help you through this process. Please know that I'm here to support you and your child through their lower school experience with technology, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that we are preparing our youth and our students here for the future that they are diving into, which is unpredictable because we don't know what kind of jobs will be out there. But they are our future, and it is my job and my responsibility to make sure that I prepare them as best as possible, starting as young as I can. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Catherine McBride, and I have the kinder, second, and fourth graders for PE, and this is my classroom. In PE, not only do the children learn ball skills, but they play lead-up games that help improve those ball skills, as well as working with teams, learning to be a good sport, and learning to cooperate with one another. This is my 20th year at the Meadows School. I started as a classroom teacher and transitioned into PE when I realized that I enjoyed seeing the kids outside and the joy on their face when they saw what activity they were going to do or when they caught their ball for the very first time in a kickball game. Looking forward to a great year with your kids.